everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Misa at misachristina.com, where I help you develop and leverage your spiritual connection so that you feel confident that life has your back. Believe in the magic of life and know exactly how to connect to this magical and loving force. Here I have Adriana from Attuned Holistic Services. She works with mothers who are tired, worn out, stressed, to live a life that is healthier, happier, and more abundant. She is a life and wellness coach and practitioner with certifications in Indian head massage, Reiki, hypnotism, life coaching, and law of attraction. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we are covering this topic today because you want to feel more relaxed, inspired, and confident in this world. And the ability to enter a meditative state is key to helping you achieve this desired state. And many of you know about meditation. You've considered it, but you haven't made it a part of your life yet for various reasons. I'm here to help you explore and navigate through whatever is holding you back, and I'm excited to share with you Adriana's experience, which you will hear about shortly. We will be covering how she got hooked into meditation despite her initial attitude, what she's learned in the process, and tips for you to get the motor running as well. So, Adriana, what drew you into meditation?
Well, I actually wasn't really drawn into meditation, but doing a lot of self-help programs myself, working with coaches myself, learning to develop my intuition, your inner guidance, they're all saying, you need to meditate, you need to meditate. And I was really resistant. It's like, oh, you gotta be kidding. Like, really? This is gonna make a difference? And I was actually working with a coach who insisted that I do 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of this. And I'm like, fine, I'll do it. And that 5 minutes changed my life. That 5 minutes, I have small kids at home, so it's kind of stressful. They'd be fighting and arguing, and it's like, okay, I'll take 5 minutes. I put a movie on so they could watch a movie for 15 minutes, and I went and sat down in a chair and just put some soft music in the room. I thought, okay, well, 5 minutes, I can deal with 5 minutes. So I lied on the rocking chair for 5 minutes and got in a comfortable position, but not lying down because you don't want to fall asleep, which, being I was tired at the time, I might have. And I just felt the stress drain. Just 5 minutes, and it's just, not thinking about anything. I'm not thinking about lunches. I'm not thinking about what time I pick kids up from school, what time to get them to school, what appointments I have that day. It was just 5 minutes of I just listening to this music. And it was 5 minutes of utter bliss because I finally allowed myself to relax. And that is what's changed the whole thing for me. So to run that 5 minutes, I'm a believer now. Meditation really, really does make a difference.
Wow, just 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I started with.
Yeah. And from the very beginning, the very first go, you were able to feel that relaxation?
Yes, that was the initial thing. I mean, it's progressed from there, but initially it was just the 5 minute and just relaxing, my whole body relaxing, just was so beneficial. And that was my first kind of exposure and connection with meditation, which changed my attitude about it.
Wow. So was it that coach or mentor that you described who got you into doing this, or was there something else in you that changed?
I think it was the idea that it's like, finally, okay, I'll try it, which I never really tried it before, although I've heard about it and heard about the benefits, but it's like, oh, really? Can it be that good for you? Really? Do I need to do that? Really? And just because I had somebody else pushing me to do it and holding me accountable to just try 5 minutes, just try it for 5 minutes. It's like, okay. So because I actually let myself try it, that's what made the difference, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, what is your current practice looking like? Is it a, would you call it a practice? Is it a daily thing you do? Is it a certain time? Could you just share with us what you do now?
Well, it's evolved over time because I used to do it just the 5 minutes a day, and then the 5 minutes was like that's not long enough. I want more. So then I started doing 10 minutes and 15 minutes, and now it's evolved that I actually do it when I first get up in the morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I actually just stay in bed. My alarm goes off, and I just lie there and I meditate in bed. So there's no music playing for me. It's just the silence of the morning because it's before my kids get up. So it's probably, and I actually don't time it, but I guess probably 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But it certainly didn't start that way. It was gradual, worked up to that. But I could spend hours probably now because it's just so peaceful and I connect now. And that's actually when I get all my ideas now is
Mm-hmm.
because I just allow. Meditation helps you allow to receive information.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my practice now is usually first thing in the morning.
Wow, and this is before you get up whatsoever.
Yes, I haven't even got out of bed. I'm
Do
still
you
in my jammies lying in bed.
and you stay lying, or do you sit up at all?
Actually, I stayed lying down because I'm awake at this point, so I'm not worried that I'm going to fall back to sleep.
Okay.
And if you're meditating, you do fall asleep. Obviously, you need the sleep, but at,
Okay.
at this point, I don't fall asleep,
Mm-hmm.
so I just do it in lying down now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you did mention how the duration changed. Were there any other styles that you explored?
I did some guided meditations, but I found actually those might be a good start for some people
Mm-hmm.
that their mind keeps wandering and they have troubles just calming their mind. A
Mm-hmm.
guided meditation would be a good way to start. But I found they actually distracted me from the silence so that I could
Mm-hmm.
actually get my intuition going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely different things for different people, and I'm actually pretty surprised that from the very first try you felt that relaxation because I do know for myself and for many that I hear about, um, it, it takes a while.
I think I was so at the time I was so exhausted that just the 5 minutes of being undisturbed
Yeah.
that itself was just like
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's worked that way for you. Do you ever have times where you look at your watch thinking, "Oh my goodness, is it time yet?" or actually thinking, "Oh my gosh, has it been 3 hours? Oh no."
um no actually because I my kids actually start getting up so it's my time gets finished pretty quickly because my kids come start getting up at that time. So I
Mhm.
never have to worry about overdoing it and then I'm going to be late in the morning because I have my built-in children alarm clocks that make
Yeah.
sure that I get up in the morning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, but there is occasionally that I'll miss a day, and I don't beat myself up about it. But I actually miss it. If I miss a day, I miss that feeling of meditating. So I really try to do it every day.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Actually, that's what I was going to ask you about. Is if you have any days that you slack off, and when you do miss, is it mainly family situations, or do you just don't feel like it? You know how some people think they ought to go exercising, and they might realize they will feel better afterwards, but it just feels like a drag in the beginning.
Yeah. No, it's never so much that. It's more if I'm really tired and I sleep in,
Hmm.
then I don't have time to meditate. But I find that doesn't happen that often because I find it so enjoyable and peaceful and relaxing that I actually look forward to it.
Hmm.
Um, so either I sleep in and or my kids get up early and wake me up early, and then of course my time is shortened.
Hmm.
But I don't often miss other than for those reasons.
Yeah. Wow. And through all these days with all this relaxation, do you have times where your mind just goes all over the place, or are you consistently able to stay so relaxed?
No, sometimes it's just I'm receiving so much information that it's just like, I need to write some of this down.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I have to work on sometimes, tone it down here.
Yeah.
Just let's just keep it
Wow.
quiet.
Wow. Well, it sounds like with your meditation, I think all of us would want to meditate. It sounds so good. Wow. Well, do you ever have times when your children are disturbing you or their phone rings and you get irritated by it?
Yeah, I have to say, yeah.
Yeah.
It's helped me having the time to meditate, and it brings quietness to myself.
Hmm.
Yes, I still get sometimes annoyed when my kids are fighting or being impatient and nagging me, but I find that I'm able to stay a little bit calmer about it.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So it does help me
That
tone it down a
they're
bit.
gonna disturb you no matter what here and there. So the meditation prepares you for that in a sense.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
helps keep
Yeah.
me more grounded.
Yes. Wow. Are there any other suggestions, experiences you'd like to share with us?
Well, I would say, for those who are skeptical, just try it. 5 minutes. Just try 5 minutes. Because it's not that long. It's not, because I know myself, it was a lot of, I'm so busy. I don't have time. But 5 minutes, you have time for 5 minutes. Even if you just have to go to the bathroom and lock yourself in the bathroom, take 5 minutes and try a day here. If you're too busy to do it every day, start here and there every couple of days. But just start, and I think everybody will notice a difference if they just start with just the 5 minutes, and they'll find that after a while 5 minutes won't be enough. They want more.
Mhm. Yes. Going from being a time waster to a time saver.
Well, you need to do something for yourself. This is something that is 100% for yourself.
Mm.
So everybody needs time for that.
Totally, totally. And I'm assuming that it becomes for yourself and then ultimately for everyone else around you.
It does. Everybody around you benefits too, too, especially when you feel calmer about things.
Yeah.
My husband always has a saying, happy wife, happy life. So
Oh,
generally when the mom is happier, so is everybody else.
oh, totally. I think all of us can relate to that. Yeah, yeah, no, I think a lot of mothers, not just mothers, but a lot of mothers especially have a hard time thinking, oh gosh, taking time for myself. I got so many other things to do, and you almost feel irresponsible, but it's really the reverse in the end.
It's like on an airplane trip. Everybody's gotten on an airplane. They have the spiel about the oxygen mask and put it on yourself first before you help others. Because if you don't help yourself first, you can't effectively help others. So start by helping yourself first.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Okay, so we have some calls to action for you. There are 3 questions to explore and take action on. 1, what are your beliefs around meditation? 2, what's the best way to fit meditation into your lifestyle? And you do need to make a commitment and allow some space for meditation to become a part of your life, even if it's 5 minutes, even 2 minutes to start with. But you can definitely play around with the style of meditation. Contact me later. There are many styles that you can explore, and the exact timing, place, the duration, and so on. So just go for it. Just start somewhere and find what works for you, and you can adjust as you go. And lastly, what are the structures that you can put in place to encourage and support meditation in your daily life? Would it help to tell your partner so he or she can be more supportive? Would it help to have a chat with your children? Or maybe set up a routine for them where they're occupied and content? Would it help to have a study buddy who is also trying to get meditation into their lives? And or have a group meeting. There are a lot of support groups out there. and a lot of people interested in meditation lately. So those are the 3 points to explore. And before we go, Adriana, how can our listeners get to know you better and get in touch with you?
Well, you can check me out on my website, which is www.attunedws.com, which is stands for Attuned Holistic Services, and holistic is with a W, so attunedws.com.
I like that. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed this interview and feel more equipped to approach meditation, or get you back on the wheel if you'd fallen off. And if you have any questions for me or would like help exploring your options further, you can contact me at misachristina.com. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.